Hey everyone, this is Björkman from Audio Issues. Wanted to talk a little bit about perception from Meter Plugs and Ian Shepherd of Production Advice. So Ian Shepherd's perception mastering plugin is real helpful when it comes to pseudo-mastering engineers like myself. If you're anything like me, you probably consider mastering to be a bit of voodoo magic. You might be a little scared about doing something wrong, like squashing your mixes or making your songs too loud. So that's why it's nice to have basically Ian Shepherd looking over your shoulder, telling you whether your mastering chain is actually making your song sound better instead of just louder. So it's actually on sale this week, and to celebrate, I made you a quick video so you can see how it can help you out with your mastering. Okay, so here is the Perception plugin. Without going into all the details of what each button does, they do that in the manual. I'll just tell you the basics. So what you do is, I'm mastering this particular track just on the master fader output here. So what you do is you insert the source, which is the perception source, the first in the chain. There's no buttons here, there's nothing to do, but you have to have that source before all of the mastering plugins you'll put on there later. Then you insert all your mastering plugins and use them to master your track as well as you can. In this case, this is Dispute by The Long Wait, single released a few months ago, and I'm using a few different plugins here: the linear multiband compression, linear broadband EQ, FabFilter Saturn, Waves Kramer tape, the PukeTech EQ from Waves. This is mostly for color, really. It's awesome how it somehow sweetens up a sound even when you don't actually use EQ. And then lastly, I have the L2 limiter here. So then after all that, we put the Perception controller, which is this plugin here. And then let's just play a snippet of the song. Lay my hands upon no other, and I raise my hands up to the sky. The boy is gone, I lay my hands upon no other, and I raise my... So that is the mastered track. And you can click balance here to make both the pre and post processing signal equally loud. And then you can click bypass to hear in real time our before and after examples. So the mastering is very subtle, which I'm weirdly proud of. But let's do a bypass effects here, and you'll be able to hear the difference between the mix and then the master. Lay my hands upon no other, and I raise my hands up to the sky. The boy is gone, I lay my hands upon no other, and I raise my hands up to the sky, and I lay my hands upon no other, and I raise my hands up. So that's a subtle difference, but things that you should definitely notice here is that vocals fit better with the instruments, there's a warmer low end, and there's a wider stereo image. So it's much better to be able to click one button to hear the difference than to have to bypass everything individually, because your ears won't notice it as clearly because of the multiple jumps in volume and tone. So I'll just show you how that works here. I'll bypass this individual, so you'll be able to hear how everything jumps around. Lay my hands upon no other, and I raise my hands up to the sky. The boy is gone, I lay my hands upon no other, and I raise my hands up to the sky. So that is much harder to discern quality wise which is better, the mix or the master, than to just hit the bypass FX button here, because some plugins create a considerable jump in perceived quality, which is just a fancy name for louder. But with Perception, all you need is one button to hear the difference. So I've often joked around with mastering, and I like to call mastering and mastering engineers, when they talk about mastering, a little bit of Klingon. And if you're not familiar with Klingon, it's the weird language in Star Trek. And I like to call Perception the universal translator for mastering, or for mixing engineers such as myself. So if you're having trouble understanding Klingon when you're doing your mastering, check out Perception, and you can go to audio-issues.com/Klingon, and it'll take you through my affiliate link to buy your copy of the Perception plugin. All right, thanks for watching.